Travis, we're really glad you're here. We would love to hear a little bit more about where you were before you started the program, and how did you hear about Europe and decide to join?
Okay, before Europe, I was actually working at UC Berkeley, working on the student store in campus. At this store, I was doing retail and postal work for them, sending out orders and selling clothes at the store. And may I ask, what was the second part of the question?
How did you hear about the program, and how did you decide to join?
I heard about the program through a relative actually that works here, and I actually done my research online, reading about the mission of the company and what their purpose is, and I was interested, and I was called as soon as I read it.
Thank you.
Can you give us a little insight on why you want to work in tech?
I want to work in technology because technology is all around us and it's no escaping it. And I don't plan to run away from technology. I plan to embrace it and actually use it as a tool to express my ideas and use it in a way to impact the world.
Thank you.
Okay. So Travis, I want you to think about the last 13 weeks. What was your biggest challenge or growth area during this time period? What did you do to overcome this challenge or convert on the growth area? And then lastly, what will you plan to do as you think about setting yourself up for success for an internship as you think about this growth area?
Growth area I would say I have is public speaking and speaking in public. Due to just being nervous and anxiety that I have, because of Europe, it has exposed me of public speaking, and I've been focusing on public speaking in a way to better myself as a whole. And the steps I've been taking to better my public speaking is just from experience of observing others that are good at public speaking, and just to write down notes and tips on what they do to be better public speakers, and another way of practicing this would be just taking leadership roles of projects and tasks and other things that we have to do in class. And
The third part of the question was, and it was a long question, so I'm going to be fair to you. What specifically will you do to plan ahead and ensure you are set up for success on an internship in this area?
I plan to take better self-care of myself and to practice more and take more initiative into bettering myself. So in terms of internship, I plan to just take one day at a time and conquer one day instead of focusing so much on everything.
Thank you.
Right, so I'm aware that prior to coming to this interview, you've been looking at a few sample job descriptions. So picking one of those job descriptions, tell us what makes you a strong candidate for that technical role.
A track that I'm interested in would be quality assurance, because I see myself as being highly detailed and I'm visually attracted to things in design and how the operation of things and how they work. Mm-hmm. So I see myself working in quality assurance because I see myself as working hard independently and highly observant.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
We're now going to transition into the scenario-based questions. So for your first question, you are on a help desk team and you have the project to analyze how quickly tickets were closed in the past 2 months and what might have slowed down some of the processes. Talk us through the steps you would take to complete this project.
May I ask to repeat that question again? I don't fully understand this question.
You are on a help desk team and have a project to analyze how quickly tickets, and those are jobs that need to be done for customers that need jobs to be fixed, like the computers, for instance, fixed. And tickets are an operation or a system that holds all of the different tickets that we have as an IT team in order for us to know what people need long-term and short-term. So you have that system, you have this line of tickets. Your boss tells you that they're having trouble keeping track of how fast and how slow tickets are being assembled. So he wants you to track what might have slowed down the process of tickets being closed by your team. So talk to us about how you would follow through on those steps to be able to track the process of ticketing.
I would definitely organize them in priority, figure out what is priority, and to figure out what team I have working on certain tickets, and by date and what time they come in. So eliminating the biggest projects to the smallest projects and organizing them by priority and the time they need to be done.
Thank you.
Okay, I know I'm up. So, let me just finish this one. Okay. So, when you move on to not a scenario-based question, but just an open-ended question so you know where we're at. So Travis, I'm interested in hearing about a time when you struggled with reliability. How did you overcome that? So you can provide an example of maybe when you were still growing into your ability to be reliable, and just walk me through the process of how you overcame that challenge.
And I'm speaking of the time of when I lost reliability.
When you just struggled with it in general.
During high school, going through AP classes and just turning in assignments and being on top of them, I was perfect for 2 months, and then having a relationship with my teacher, she was relying on me to turn in everything to maintain those good grades that I had in my AP classes. But working after schools with her and going over working class, during the testing that came that Friday, I actually didn't study and didn't do as well. So her help and the support I have, I lost that reliability. And so the way I was able to recover that reliability is to show after the test, doing test corrections and staying in her office after school and showing her that, this is serious, and that the test beforehand I wasn't serious. And
Thank you.
Thinking ahead to where you might be interning in a couple of months, I know that right now you've told us a little bit about past experiences where you've overcome difficulties to be able to learn. Sometimes at internship, you're going to have the opportunity to learn or do a task, but your manager is remote. You might not be able to reach them. Maybe you have a lot of downtime. What would you do in that scenario to make sure that you're still productive and you're still learning?
Definitely consistent communication with me and my manager, and just following up with him and just sending emails to show what I've done today, every day, just sending reminders to show him I'm working, and just sending reminders out.
And what about the aspect of the downtime? I'm wondering, like, if there's a lot of space, there's not someone there to be working alongside of you, what are some strategies you might use to just keep yourself engaged?
Definitely just interact with other people and network, and just wanting to learn more, and just keeping, even jumping into just wanting to learn more about the company all around, different areas of work that I'm not necessarily in.
Thank you.
Tech demo?
So the final question will be task oriented, and we're going to be in a role play.